Well, hello there, Sagittarius. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. So glad that you joined us. Today, we're going to be doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for the week of November 21st through the 27th. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or advice that Spirit has. So let's jump into this. Let's see what we have here. Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings and new life. This is the new life after the sting. You're not having the sting. And you know, your birthday year, your solar year is getting ready to start. So happy birthday. And I feel like this last year, it's almost like closing out whatever stings that may have occurred this year. And kind of starting this new solar year with this fresh new attitude, almost a sense of new perspective about things that have happened in the past. It's kind of like, okay, I'm waking up to this new me. And almost, you know, at the beginning of every new year, you know, when the new year here, a lot of times we set resolutions, you know, making changes that we want to make in our life for one reason or another. This is different. This is kind of like this sense of waking up for the very first time, but just having a different perspective. It's almost that energy of, you know, when you were a child, maybe if you woke up and you were grumpy in the morning, you know, your parents may have said, oh, did you get up on the wrong side of the bed? It's kind of that type of energy. It's kind of like your whole life up to this point, you may feel after this occurs, this week occurs, or whenever this occurs, it's kind of like, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed for the first, you know, whatever number of years. And now your birthday's coming around and it's kind of like, I'm going to actually be waking up on the other side of the bed. It's almost like you wake up and your days are going to be completely different. For some of you, you could be even starting like a new morning routine in order to shift your energy, starting from the very first moment that you wake up. Yes. Oh my goodness. This is lovely. This is your present energy, transformation. You're recognizing, I think one of the things that you're recognizing is that your perspective of your life really has a lot to do with how your life unfolds, right? If we wake up and we're grumpy in the morning, then it seems like nothing goes right, right? We get on the scale and we're up 10 pounds. You know, your favorite outfit has a big stain on it, right? That you were going to wear that day. You go downstairs, the coffee maker is broken. You know, you go to start your car and the car won't start, or you get a flat tire on the way to work. It's almost like now you're understanding that you're changing your perspective. If you get up on the other side of the bed expecting nothing but nice things to happen to you, right? Then you wake up and oh my goodness, you've lost a couple of pounds, right? Your favorite outfit is a pristine and you don't even have to iron it. You know, you go downstairs and, you know, your significant other has made the coffee for you. You walk out and your car is, you know, full of gas and starts right up. It's almost like taking a look at life, and I don't know if expecting is the right word, but it's kind of that energy where before you were kind of almost expecting bad things to happen. Now you're kind of like, no, I have this new lease on life. I'm going to only expect that good things will happen to me this whole entire year. You are stepping into such a new, absolutely new way. You know, your truth now is that the world works for you. You know, that people come together, that they want to be with you, that you enjoy creating with other people. You have this ability to create with your intuition, your higher self, your ancestors, your loved ones, right? It's almost like things are working out for you. And it's kind of like, that's what your truth is. Whereas before, when you were waking up on the other side of the bed, it was kind of like this energy of nothing works out for me. And now you're waking up with this new mentality. Everything works out for me. That's a great mantra too, a very positive mantra. Everything works out for me, you know, because your present energy is that you are stepping into this new world. You've gone through this karmic cycle, right? You're finishing out that cycle. For some of you, it could have been, I don't know, they're saying 7. It could have been like the last 7 years or something. You know, this is the number 7. Professional assistance. You may have finally reached out and gotten some help in some way, whether it's a professional or whatever. It's kind of like, okay, I have to change my viewpoint. I have to look at this in a different perspective. And you may have gotten some help from someone, whether it's a friend, a family member, or somebody that you sought out their advice to see things in a different way. And now you're starting a whole new chapter, and it's coming right here with your birthday season. I love this. So let's see what we have here. And it's Sag. I'm like, fine. It's not really a cold. It's kind of like, I think the seasons, it's finally gotten super cold here where I live. And it's kind of like, I'm just congested. I feel fine. It's just, okay, yes. Here we go. In the past, everything, it's kind of like, okay, see how the Ace of Pentacles is in the middle? It's kind of like this new opportunity to see life in a different way. In the past, you may have always seen it from that victim mentality, the poverty mentality, that in life nothing ever happened for you, you know, and nothing goes my way. That may have been your old mantra, but now you're shifting into a new mantra. Yes, life is worth celebrating. Everything works out for me. You know, and it doesn't mean that you're not expecting that there'll be little hiccups and obstacles on the way, right? It's just kind of like, okay, even those obstacles that come on my path, it's fine because I know it's leading me to something that's really worth celebrating. I love this energy because here is your obstacle, you know, thinking, okay, that the status quo, thinking that the status quo is, I always have to worry about the shoe dropping, you know, on the other foot, kind of just this mentality of thinking things are never going to work out for you. Instead, you're stepping into this energy of, no, things always do work out for me. And I feel like you're kind of a little bit in this mentality because it's been a long time. Once again, it could have been like the last 7 years. You know, karmic cycles a lot of times take about 7 years. And we have the 2 and a 5, you know, so a 7 coming up again. I feel like you're looking at the situation, or it's really like your life in general, and you're kind of like, okay, the bad is behind me. Now all I am going to do is look forward to all the good in my life. Yes, because here we have the 4 of Cups. You know, just like even new opportunities that came, they just weren't getting you inspired. You're just kind of like, oh my goodness, you know, is there ever going to be anything that I get excited about again, right? And, you know, I think part of this is that you really had to go on this journey of finding out what it is that you truly like. You know, the 9 of Pentacles is the single lady card, but it's more than that. It's about focusing on yourself, focusing on your pentacles, focusing on your health, focusing on your financial stability, focusing on those things that you want to bring into your life, and being in a good place with it too, right? Having more than you need, you know, not like just getting by. It's kind of this energy of, yes, I'm enjoying my life. And I feel like you've turned the corner. You're feeling like, okay, I've got the worst behind me. I'm feeling a little bit in this energy of, okay, life is going better for me now, right? And now it's kind of like, okay, I can reach out. I can work with other people. We have the 3 of Pentacles coming in again. Understanding that this is an energy of you and perhaps another person working with spirit, or a sense of people coming around being able to work together very well, whether that is in your work environment or even in family and friends, social settings. It's this energy of we can get along, you know. And I feel like for a long time you've just kind of like been on this journey of trying to figure out yourself, and not being too concerned about who else is in the picture, right? And now you're turning it around. You're like, okay, wait a minute. I'm good where I am. And now I'm ready to open up and have new people come into my life. And then that's exactly what we have with the advice, you know, understanding that you have been perhaps single for a while, but it's really kind of just on a journey of independence, of freedom, of figuring yourself out. But now we have a teacher card here. You're stepping in from being the student into being the teacher. Being able to take the path that you have been on. You know, one of the greatest things about a teacher is that they can take their experiences, their learning, the wisdom that they have incurred, whether through studying or experience, and break it down and make it easier for other people to understand. And I feel like that is where you are. It's almost like you've been through the journey. And so now you can share your knowledge with other people about how to do the healing that you have done within yourself. It brings you to a new perspective because no longer are you looking at life as, well, this is just one lesson after another that I have to get through, right? I mean, sometimes when we're on that spiritual journey, it is a little bit like that, right? It's kind of like, oh my goodness, you know, I get over one lesson and now I have to learn another lesson. The teacher, okay, though, this is that new perspective that you're getting. It's not like, okay, what is the next lesson I have to learn? What is the next obstacle, hurdle I have to get over? Instead, it's this broader energy of, oh my goodness, how can I share my wisdom with others, right? How can I help other people that are on their journey? Have you ever had like a friend or somebody that, you know, is going through something that you've already been through? You know, it could be even your child. Perhaps you struggled with math or something when you were in school, and now you have a child that is struggling with math. Or perhaps you went, you know, you struggled, you know, trying to figure out what kind of career you wanted, right? And then you figured it out, you know, and you're happy in your career. And then you may have a friend or a child that's having trouble finding their career. But once you go through that situation, then you can help somebody else go through that situation. It's almost like the pain of what you experienced while you were going through that situation is kind of, I don't want to say it's like totally gone, but it has transmuted into this wisdom of empathy, but also of being able to help other people on the journey. I really love this energy because I feel as if that is the switch. You're kind of understanding, okay, what I've been through the last, you know, 7 years or whatever, however long it's been, that was part of kind of like learning the lessons, learning the wisdom. And now you're kind of like, okay, now I get it. It's almost coming that full circle, understanding, okay, I understand the pattern. I understand how I can transmute this. And then being able to help other people, or at least to have this new look on life. I feel like you're coming into some great wisdom about yourself, about the situation that you've been in. Yeah, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay, underneath you have the high priestess and the fool. Intuitively knowing you are going on a brand new journey that is going to be guided by your intuition. Stepping into this sense of, you know, in the past, you may have you woke up in the morning on the grumpy side of the bed, perhaps, and it was kind of like you went straight to your planner and it was like, okay, I have all this stuff to do. And, you know, just kind of like, you know, everything was structured, perhaps super structured, right? You had to-do lists and you were just kind of like, you know, got to get it done. And now you're kind of coming into this new phase in life. I want to say this is like a new pattern for you, where you're taking time in the morning to listen to your heart, to setting intentions for how you're going to move forward, instead of having external forces, all right, dictating what your day looks like. I think you're going into your heart and you're understanding, when I follow my heart, my day will take me exactly where I need to go. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have meetings to go to or responsibilities that you have to meet, but it's this different outlook of only putting things into your calendar that are really based on things that your heart truly desires, right? So if you have children, young children, right, and you want those children, right, you're a parent and you want to care and nurture for your children, putting things into your calendar that are based on their needs and wants, and your needs and wants as a family coming together are going to be important for you. And those will be in your calendar. But if it's filled with just obligations, to have obligations, or just filled with things other people want for you or want of you in your calendar, then you're not going to be happy. It's kind of like, yes, as I move forward this new solar year, I'm going to make sure that I'm making choices that are based on what I intuitively know is best for me, instead of what the external is saying. And I love this because you have the Empress energy. You may have been, for the last 7 years or however long this past phase has been, you could have been very much in that divine masculine energy. We all have divine masculine and divine feminine. So the divine masculine of us is that do, gotta go, produce, it's just this endless to-do list. The divine feminine, though, is very much that nurturing energy, taking good care of ourselves, taking time to meditate, taking time to do those things that bring us joy, taking time to have relationships, right? Really connecting with other people. And I feel like that is what you're doing with the Hierophant here. You're seeing the wisdom of going slower, of taking time to listen to other people, taking time to listen to yourself, to your own intuition, to spirit. It's a lovely energy, knowing that that is where you want to put your time and energy, into the things that are really important to you. I feel like you've finishing out this cycle of where you may have looked to the external, to what society, your family, or perhaps your job or the people in your life, what they wanted for you. Now you're waking up on the other side of the bed and instead saying, okay, I understand I have responsibilities, right? I mean, we do. We have some responsibilities, but my greatest responsibility is really to myself. So it's putting yourself first, understanding that your heart, your desires are just as important as everybody else's desires are to them. Instead of putting their wishes and wants and kind of obligations that they're putting onto you, instead of putting those first, just understanding, okay, wait a minute, I have to nurture myself. I have to take some time. So the divine masculine is very much that fiery energy of doing, right? This is more of that earthy energy of, spending time, just, being, replenishing yourself, just kind of spending time meditating, journaling, gardening, baking, caring for our home. All of those things that kind of bring you joy, but also kind of nurture yourself and perhaps the people that you are closest to. And I'm bringing that up. It's interesting how children are really kind of showing up, and it doesn't mean, you have to have actual children in your vicinity. Think about children also. I feel like there's like this sense of inner child. Your own inner child has perhaps been a little bit neglected, okay? And it's kind of like coming back to that coming back to having a relationship just with yourself, with your inner child, taking time to nurture that as you're moving forward in this next new solar year. So that's really interesting, Sag. Really beautiful energy here. And you know, I'll be doing your solar year reading, and I'll put that up. I think I have that scheduled for Tuesday. So, you know, to take a look at, you know, how this next year, that stepping more into your divine feminine may help you to find some balance in your life that maybe you have been missing for some time. But you're definitely waking up on the other side of the bed. All right, Sag, let's see what we have here. Am I in my head or in my heart? Okay, I think for a lot of you, you've been in your head, right? And now you're reconnecting to your heart. There is that really good balance. Our head helps us to navigate the 3D. Our heart helps us to navigate the 5D. We need a little bit of both, right? There are some things that we do that are basically 3D things, right? And, you know, that's paying the bills, and, you know, sometimes it gets down to those tasks of, you know, doing the laundry, cooking dinner, whatever. But then there's also that heart part of us that we do need to keep reconnecting to, that nurturing side of ourselves, doing those things that just bring us pleasure in our world. All right, so what is the quality of your soft self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life. Where your head meets your heart is where miracles happen. And that's exactly right. You're bringing in that balance. You're understanding that just being in that go, 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 do, do, do type of mentality will get you out of balance. We can only do that for so long, and then we get burnt out, right? We just kind of lose all of our passion, our zest for what we're doing or the people that we're living with. If you're feeling that right now, it's just this energy of, okay, I have to reconnect with myself. I have to reconnect to the people that are important in my life. Just kind of going back into that very much of an Empress energy, you know, nurturing ourselves, nurturing our environment, and nurturing the people that we care the most about. All right, well, Sag, I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I really appreciate all of your support through liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I wish you much love and light in this situation, all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.